Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Nurul Farah and I will present about leadership and communication in determining the success of a professional organization. Okay, let's begin. Leadership is basically how leader behave to direct and supervise their team to achieve goals. Leader use their influence to motivate their teams and to get job done. To be successful, a leader should know their staff and use the right approach depending on the situation and team. A good leader is one who can apply the right leadership style and encourage everyone to involve in making decision in professional setting like school, college, or agency. Democratic leadership is usually preferred. As mentioned earlier about the leadership, an organization requires to adapt towards Industrial 4.0 revolution. The nature of Industrial 4.0 requires all human decision and human dependency to be either zero or at least at the minimum side. So the environment becomes very competitive and only individuals are able to cope and act critically in the sense of problem solving and critical thinking are suitable. Communication in organization, or let me call it in short form as CO, is important as it is essential for decision making. Besides that, our daily life activity also involve in interaction with human being, which facilitate coordination and collaboration among us. CO may be effective when attracting attention with a clear intention, causing consistency of communication that they are aligned with desired behavior, which is substantial in delivery of understandable information. So, CO have to structure and related to the organization authority position, and organization also should rules and SOP agreed upon member.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Damia. Today I will be presenting about leadership and communication. For the introduction, I will be talking about how important is leadership and communication in an organization. My first point will be talking about how leaders' action would help in forming or constructing the culture in the workplace. My second point would be talking about ways of communicating gives different outcome and effects on employees. And how does that happen would lead us to my third and fourth point, which are challenges can be overcome by communication. Because if in organization people have issues or any misunderstanding, they would be able to hold a meeting so that they can discuss together, so that the employees would be able to give their opinion, share the opinion, and the leaders would be able to give feedbacks. And because of that, um, communicating would be able to help maintaining positivity in workplace so that whenever there's any misunderstanding, they could solve it together and clarify it. Yes. Factors that shape good leaders, from the article that I've written, it's divided into three parts, which are leadership style, behavior and character, and language use. For leadership style, in the workplace, there is a lot of leadership style. But for today, I'll be talking about four types, which are laissez-faire leadership, which is a type of leadership where the leaders are usually more lenient and um, they would give simple guidance and advice to their employee and leave the team members to make their own decision independently. Secondly is transformational leadership, which usually transformational leaders are always charismatic and they they promote personal growth and usually identify individual effort in their work, and they rarely prioritize teamwork. For authoritarian leadership, also known as autocratic leaders, um, autocratic leaders usually makes full decision during meetings. And lastly, transactional leadership is where leaders that practices system of rewarding and giving consequences towards the employees, and this can be motivational but sometimes can demotivate the employees as well. For behavior and characters, could be lenient, supportive, controlling, and also strict. For language used, there are approachable, being friendly, being able to motivate the workers, oftenly give feedbacks, and being able to adapt with the workplace culture. Based on the article, the impact that the leaders could have on employee are divided into two type of leadership, which is laissez-faire leadership and authoritarian leadership. For laissez-faire leadership, since it's more the leader are more lenient, their workers can express their feelings, their opinions, their concerns, and they can work together and they can receive feedback as well. Because of this, they are able to do, they can work together to come up with better solution, and this would help the workers feel more motivated and encouraging to work. And that's for the pros. For the cons, since laissez-faire leaders give only a little bit of guidance, the workers can tend to be having lack of guidance. They need longer time for decision making because they need to ask different people opinion, and advantage can be taken due to the leader's leniency, and this could lead to lack of responsibility. For authoritarian leadership, the pros are usually that the workers who work are more organized. They have high discipline because the leaders usually do the work, lead them, and they would always have higher productivity because the leader would help arrange their job depending on the workers, and quick decision making since no opinion needed to be asked by other people. All the decisions are on the leader. However, for the cons would be that they would have a lot of communication boundaries since they rarely would, um, since the employee would have only rarely time to express their feelings, express their concerns and opinion. Because of that, that could lead to lack of ideas and proposal, and sometimes they can be too stressed out, and some could, from the stress, could lead to lack of interest in working, and they would definitely depend a lot on the leader. In the article, they conduct a research, and they put two different leaders, which is Trisha and Kenneth. Trisha is more into a laissez-faire leadership, where Kenneth is an autocratic leader. So both of them have a different concept of teamwork. Trisha uh mindset as a laissez-faire leadership, as a laissez-faire leader, she prioritized cooperation a lot. She prioritized cooperation, discussion, and she believed in team spirit, whereby they are very much active in team building. She would do a lot of um, activities so that the employees could interact with each other, and they could have a good relationship between each other with the leader as well. And they prioritize staff and empowerment. As for Kenneth, he um, matters more into individual accountability. He is very serious in the employee's performance. He rarely interacts with the employees, and because of that, he doesn't really do any team building activities, and he doesn't do the concept of open door. Open door concept, which means it's a concept where the leaders and the employees have boundaries between each other. So he really sets the boundaries with himself and the employees. So, to conclude everything, um, there is a very significant impact towards the employee depending on how their leader act. And um, different leadership helps to form the culture in the workplace, and having the mindset of teamwork and individual accountability is very important in leader so that they could also choose the right type of leadership style to use so that the workers can adapt and they can adapt as well. And lastly, implementing fun in work really helps to encourage employees and produce better working outcome. That's all from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Umar and today I would like to present about my topic of leadership and communication that I found from the article by Reina E. DeVries and Angelique Baker Pieper with Winnick Ostenveld. The topic of this article is the relations of leaders' communication styles with leadership styles, knowledge sharing, and leadership outcomes. There are three types of leaderships. This includes charismatic leadership, human-oriented leadership, and task-oriented leadership styles. Human-oriented leadership are mainly communicative, whereas task-oriented leadership is significantly less communicative. And I would like to proceed to the next slide, which is types of communication styles. From the research of the article, some stated that there are over more than 96 types of communication style. But for this presentation, I will only include 6 types of communication styles of leadership. The communication styles were strongly and differentially related to knowledge sharing behavior, perceived leader performance, satisfaction with the leader, and subordinates' team commitment. Multiple analysis has regressed that leadership styles mediated the relations between communication styles and leadership outcomes. That being said, the 6 communication styles are verbal aggressiveness, expressiveness, preciseness, assuredness, supportiveness, and argumentativeness. Duff 2023 and McCartney and Campbell made a distinction between the interpersonal aspects of leadership. Until now, upon investigation of communication styles that are most closely associated with the interpersonal circumflex, such as friendliness and dominance, communication style has always been a welcoming topic for scholars interested in doctor-patient communication. Doctor-patient communication, teacher-pupil communication, and communication among married or dating couples. So arriving into our summary, hypothetically, communication styles are more strongly related to charismatic and human-oriented leadership than to task-oriented leadership. Lately, there has been an increased interest in the predictors of knowledge sharing conducted by DeVries in 2006, Srivastava also in 2006. Looked at the relationship between empowering leadership and knowledge sharing. Encouragement of self-management, a concept akin to empowering leadership, has been found to very strongly related to human-oriented and leadership. This concludes my presentation for this article. Thank you.
Hi sir, I'm Kaushalya. I'm from Diploma in Counseling and Guidance. Today I'm going to present about effect of leadership style on organization performance as various from human resource management strategy. Introduction. Leadership is the ability to develop a vision that motivates others to move a passion toward a common goals. So leadership is a process by which a person influences others to accomplish an objective and direct the organization in a way that makes it more choices and coordination. Review. We have a three categories, which is the first one is independent variety, mediating variety, and depend variable. Leadership, which is in independent variable. Leadership is communication, designing, predicting, and assumption. The second one, which is mating variable, human resource management, which is collaboration, innovation, accumulation, preventions. And I have been explained about this in my reports. The last one, dependent variable, employee performance, motivation, productive, task performance, knowledge. Based on the three variable, it's simple example about the work ethic. And also from the article, we have another three category, which is leadership style, organization performance, and human resource management strategy. First, we're gonna look about leadership style, which have 5 points. The number one is charting leadership, transition leadership, transformational leadership, visionary leadership, culture-based leadership. Second, organization performance. First, financial performance. Second, business performance. Third, organization affection. And the last one, human resource management strategy, development strategy, motivation strategy, information strategy, and transfer strategy. As a human resource HR, we have a huge impact in every company. We have a huge role in every company. So for all the leadership that we have, we can build a very good company with the employee. We have a good relationship with HR and our employee. Conclusion. This study have focused on the impact of leadership style on organization performance. The focus was on only 6 types of leadership styles: transformation, transiting, democracy, classical, biotic, and autocratic. The transformation, autocratic, and democratic leadership styles were found to have a positive influence on organization performance, where the transition, charismatic, and bureaucratic leadership style were found to have a negative impact on the organization performance in the organization taken for studies. Thank you, sir.
Assalamualaikum and have a good day. So my name is Amira Atika, and my group is taking part in leadership and communication. So for my article, there is a key strategies in leadership communication. As you can see in the slides, I put out 8 points. So first one is community and loyalty. Leadership communication is crucial for workers' loyalty. There also an impact on motivation. We believe that leadership, in the article, it mentioned that leadership communication influence worker motivation. There's also an organizational challenges, economic shift, worker shortage, and diversity pose challenges. There's also research validations. Research confirms that leadership communication role in employee commitment. And number 5 is strategic alignment. Leaders need a systematic approach aligning communication with goals. And number 6, trust building model. The introduced model enhance communications with goals. And number 7 is a training assessment. Model serves a diagnostic tool for training needs. And lastly, practical toolkit includes motivating language model and managerial checklist. Assalamualaikum and have a good day. So my name is Amira Atika, and my group is taking part in leadership and communication. So for my article, there are key strategies in leadership communication. As you can see in the slides, I put out 8 points. So first one is community and loyalty. Leadership communication is crucial for workers' loyalty. There also an impact on motivation. We believe that leadership, in the article, it mentioned that leadership communication influence worker motivation. There's also an organizational challenges, economic shift, worker shortage, and diversity pose challenges. There's also research validations. Research confirms that leadership communication role in employee commitment. And number 5 is strategic alignment. Leaders need a systematic approach aligning communication with goals. And number 6, trust building model. The introduced model enhance communications with goals. And number 7 is a training assessment. Model serves a diagnostic tool for training needs. And lastly, practical toolkit includes motivating language model and managerial checklist. Okay, so for the next slides, there's a mention in the article. There's a mention about a bridge to workers' loyalty. The first one, impact of employees' loyalty. High loyalty is linked to 11% boost in productivity. And then the second one is cost of turnover. Employee turnover can cost 11% to 100% to 150% of annual salaries. Number 3 is reputation and requirement. Loyal worker enhance organizational reputation and attract better talent. Number 4, communication and performance. Worker performance, satisfaction, and retention tied to an effective leader communication. There's also learnable skills. Leadership skills, including communication, can be learned. Number 6, training benefits. Research shows training improve leader communications and boost direct reports performance. Number 7, trust building communication. Establish and sustain trust and a key element in committed worker-leader relationships. Number 8, definition of trust. Trust involves mutual confidence, honest communications, expected competence, and unguarded interaction. And lastly, communication trust anchor. Communication trust, quote-unquote, communication trust is a crucial element in the general model of organizational trust. Okay, to the next slide. So for the next point is, in the article there's a mention about communication for workers' loyalty. So number 1, trust in high value culture. Loyalty thrives in a high trust culture with effective communication. Number 2, managerial practice for loyalty. Successful companies explain decision, communicate timely, share continuous information, explain changes, and validate employee response. Number 3, listening and feedback. So for example, it's like active listening, understanding non-verbal cues, and timely mutual feedback are crucial, and learning their body language and so on. And the next point is coaching and development. Coaching for personal development can positively impact workers' commitment. Next, information sharing. Trust is built through leaders sharing necessary information. And then lastly, technology support. Technology-driven information sharing reinforce loyalty and support work life. And then in the article, there's a mention about motivating language model, which is called as MLT. So what is MLT? MLT, I already pointed out in the article. So for the first one is speech acts in organizational settings. MLP involves in 3 speech acts. 1, direction giving. 2, empathetic. 3, meaning making language. So for the next point is positive relationship with job satisfaction and performance. There is a 10% increase in MLT use correlates with a 10% boost in job satisfaction and 2% in performance. Next one is diagnostic tool for communication training. So MLT offers diagnostic skills for pinpointing areas in leader communication that need improvement. And then the next point is strategic framework for communication practice. MLT incorporates various leader communication practice into a strategic framework, enhancing the flexibility. So the next point is navigating economic challenges. MLT aids leader in economic diversity by providing direction giving language, empathetic language validation, and meaning making language. This is the same one as the first point. Not really, but okay. So for the next part is critical role in downsizing and mergers. ML support. Okay. ML is motivating language. So motivating language supports rebuilding loyalty after downsizing and mergers, which is helping articulate new cultural values and performance. For the next one is continuous analysis and improvement. MLT allows leaders to reflect on language usage, optimize communication style, and analyze communication. For the last part is diagnostic checklist for best practice. Quote unquote, best practice diagnose checklist helps leaders analyze oral communication and strengthen relevant area drawn from the ML model. And that's it from me. So thank you so much.